What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host and producer, Logan Landers, and join me here today to talk about Deacon Jones, the linebacker coming out of, as you know, the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboy fan, as you see here on the screen, and also my buddy over at the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, Mr. Jay McLevin. Jay, how you doing, my friend? And let's talk about the man you see on the screen, Leroy Jordan. What do you like about him, man? What were your thoughts on this absolute stud?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, he's a Cowboy, which I love that. He's from Bama. Don't like that, but it is. It's almost like sweet and sour pork. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the guy was a middle linebacker under Paul Bear Bryant at Bama. So you just know this guy's disciplined all the way around. If you know who Paul Bear Bryant is, if you don't know who Paul Bear Bryant is, you just go watch that movie Junction Boys. Paul Bear Bryant obviously came out of A&M, coached at A&M, and then went on to Bama and did great things over at Bama. But again, you just know that this guy was disciplined when he came out of the University of Alabama, headed to the NFL. So 14 years in total in the NFL, College Hall of Fame in 1983. He was 6'1", 221, so he's a little bit on the small side for a linebacker. We'll talk about it here in a minute. He was at Bama from 1960 to 1962. Then he went into the NFL draft in 63, which is about the same time, maybe a year before Starbuck. So these guys played together over there with the Cowboys. He was picked in round one in the NFL draft in 63. He was picked number 6. In the AFL draft in 1963, he went in round 2 and he was picked 14. So now he didn't fare so well in the AFL draft, but in the NFL draft, he was on point, and that's why I think he went on to play in the NFL. Do you know? Actually, he went with the Boston Patriots as well. He played also for the Boston Patriots. Do you know that? And I did not know that. Before they were the New England Patriots, they were the Boston Patriots. I think that's crazy, Logan. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Until I was researching him, I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either. And I wonder if frankly, that's going to be a question I'm going to ask him later, see what his fandom of the Patriots is. But as I regress, Super Bowl 6 champ, 5-time Pro Bowler, national champ with Alabama. In 61. So this guy is very attuned to being successful, not only at the college level, but at the NFL level as well. 32 picks, 3 touchdowns, Logan. So the guy had a lot of interceptions for a middle linebacker, honestly. He played in 186 games. So he's a very, very durable guy at his size. He was the first rookie linebacker in franchise history to start on opening day. So, I mean, this guy literally got off the bus and went straight to work and right into the stadium and right onto the field day freaking one. So that just kind of tells you how good this guy was. He teamed up with Chuck Howry and Dave Edwards to become one of the greatest linebacking corps in NFL history. The teammates called him the killer. So, I mean, this guy had a very tenacious instinct, and he played around a lot of other great guys on that Super Bowl 6 Dallas Cowboy team. In 71, he had a team record of 21 tackles, Logan. 21 tackles versus the Eagles in September of 71 is when he did it. September 26th of 71 to be exact. In 1973, he had I think it was he intercepted 3 passes in the first quarter versus the Bengals. Ken Anderson, I think it was the quarterback for the Bengals, and he did all of that within a span of 5 minutes, Logan. 5 minutes, the guy had 3 damn interceptions. One of them went for 31 yards to a touchdown. All of that in 5 minutes against the Bengals. And obviously, he was a franchise leader in tackles at 743, and that still stands today. That franchise tackles at 743, and he did all that in 14 seconds. Logan, the guy was a stud, man.
Yeah,
From day one, stud.
In every sense of the word, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to go back, and I know we touched on his college career, but this one game in particular I want to talk about, Jay.
Yeah.
When I was doing research on Mr. Jordan, you see on the screen here, that game in 1962. against Oklahoma in his final game for Alabama. 17-0 shutout in the Orange Bowl, right? President Kennedy was there. This guy had 31 tackles.
It's crazy.
31 tackles.
Yeah.
Some guys don't get that in 3 games.
No.
No. Yeah,
and
but
he was on the smaller side as a middle linebacker. Yeah.
But like you said, he didn't show it, man. Bear Bryant said about him and talking about how he was that, if runners stayed between the sidelines, this guy would tackle him. Never had a bad day, 100% full throttle. That this is just who Leroy Jordan was. You mentioned College Football Hall of Famer, also made the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame also in 1980. And then, like you said, drafted by the then Boston Patriots, as we're all learning today. But then ended up going to the Cowboys. And like you said, first ever rookie linebacker in franchise history to start a season opener. So made history already there. Like you said, he's typically always the smallest guy in the league, but he had that competitive drive, man, to make up for it. He went out there. He said he watched film just like it was no tomorrow. He was the all-time leader in solo tackles, right, throughout his 14 years there. 2-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler. Got 3 chips out of it, 5 NFC Championship games. I mean, he's also just a guy who's got a nose for football. And I say that, Jay, because he had 18 career fumble recoveries. So he was just always like a magnet to the ball, right? He was always right around there. And also, too, he retired in 1976. But yet he's still, all these years later, is still second all-time in solo tackles, second in career assisted tackles, second in combined total tackles, and first with 154 straight starts. I mean, just insane.
Yeah.
Just a guy who, in 88, right, he was a finalist to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, didn't make the cut. Did not make it, unfortunately, which is a shame. But also, I got to throw this guy out there with Lou Rimkus, right? Him and Jordan were the only ones in that 88 class who did not make the cut of 15, who were the only ones who did not end up going in eventually. So 13 out of 15, and we're talking about one of them today.
That's crazy.
Like you said, it's a shame. Made the Cowboys Ring of Honor in 89. The first one also, first ever member inducted by current guy nowadays, Jerry Jones. Love him and hate him. Just kind of depends on the day. But yeah, I mean, this guy was a stud, man. This guy is just always putting in. You can tell he's a hard worker, Jay, because you know that he has what he has out there in Dallas, what he has a headquarters for. He's got the Leroy Jordan Lumber Company.
Yeah, he does.
So, I mean, this guy is just all about hard work and just kind of getting it done day in and day out. So, what a career this guy had, though. Like you said, it's unfortunate he never made the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Which I think is ridiculous.
It is. I mean, rightfully deserved, made the College Hall of Fame with just the amount of just talent that he was, the insane skill he had at Alabama. I mean, also, he played 2 positions, too. He played center for that team as well at Bama. So,
right.
I mean, just an absolute gamer in every sense of the word. Like I said, glad he made the College Football Hall of Fame. It's a shame, man. I think it really is. And I know you'll back it up. Vincent will back it up. Is that, man, I don't know how this guy didn't get in the Hall of Fame. I don't know how he didn't make it. We just talked about the numbers and the impact he had. I don't get it.
I don't understand how you put that many tackles.
Yeah.
And 743. I mean, I don't know how you do it. This guy should be the benchmark for what should go in the Hall of Fame.
No, yeah. I mean,
and anybody that tells me that they think Antonio Brown should be in the Hall of Fame, just think of this guy and then think, oh, hell no.
And like I said, the fact that it kind of gets, it's kind of like sour milk in a sense, because like I said, over 25 years later, he's still top 2, top 3, top 5 in the majority of Cowboys records.
Yeah.
That tells you how good he was.
That says a lot.
I was about to say, there's been a lot of players, a lot of good players on defense since Jordan hung up the cleats.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
we digress. We move on, and we thank you for tuning in today, hearing what we have to say about Leroy Jordan, the legend. We're going to throw it out there. The should have been Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Coming out of the Dallas Cowboys. As always, Jay McLovin, appreciate you, my brother, coming on the show, talking about Mr. Jordan and all he accomplished throughout his career at Alabama and at Dallas. I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, until next time, we'll see you.